This is Chi-Chi addressing the court. My client, Ash Ketchum, is accused of catching this ultra-rare Pokémon. Apparently it's on the endangered species list. Mr. Ketchum, can you please recount to us what happened the day that you caught this Mewtwo?
Yeah, thank you, Chi-Chi. Hello, Your Honor. Thank you in advance for listening to me. So, I was on a walk with Pikachu, and we were being chased by Team Rocket. And for those of you who don't know, Team Rocket, they're the bad guys. And they were trying to steal my Pokémon. And so, I had to make sure I could protect myself, and I saw this Mewtwo. He was just wandering around by himself, and he looked kinda lonely. So, I had Pikachu battle him because I really thought that he would be a great addition to my team. And I love Pokémon so much, and I just want to take care of all of them, while also having them take care of me. So in my defense, I really just needed protection from a really, really strong Pokémon, because I don't know if you don't know Team Rocket, they have really strong Pokémon. If you've ever seen Rattata, oh my gosh, that is a strong Pokémon, and I am scared.
Oh, it sure sounds like it.
Yeah, and I don't know, I just really needed to protect myself, so I hope that you honor that. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Ketchum. Now let's go back to this Team Rocket group. Would you say that your life was in danger?
Yeah, absolutely, but more important than my life is the life of my Pokémon, because they're notorious for stealing other people's Pokémon and abusing them, and I didn't want that to happen to my Pokémon because I love them so much.
Yes, that is a very noble cause. Understandable. You see, Your Honor, my client has a solid story. Now, let's take a look at this law. This law states that trainers are not allowed to catch endangered species. But how was my client supposed to know that this Pokémon was endangered if he just encountered him in the wild and it's something he's never seen before?
Yeah, and if I may interject, I didn't know that. Also, I'm only 10 years old, so I'm kind of oblivious to a lot of stuff.
Yes, we should definitely take that into account. My client he's a minor. Like, sure, he's traveling the world by himself, but there's things he just doesn't know because he hasn't grown up yet.
Yeah, I haven't grown up for the past, I want to say like 25 years.
Funny enough, my son has a similar problem. But anyway, we're getting off topic here. Now, we do have a Pokemon translator in the house. So if you could bring out your Pikachu, I'd like to hear his testimony as well.
Okay, if you'll just excuse me for 1 second, Pikachu's in the lobby because I was told I couldn't bring my Pokemon in here. So give me 1 second, but I'll go get him for you.
Bailiff, make sure you watch that kid.
Okay, I'm back. Here he is.
Okay, Mr. Pikachu. May I call you Mr. Pika? Mr. Pika, could you please tell us what happened that day?
Pika Pika?
Yes, the day that your trainer, Ash Ketchum, caught the Mewtwo.
Pika Pika! Ah, Pika Pika Pika! Pika Pika! Pika 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 Pika! Pika Pika! Pika! Pika Pika! Pika Pika Pika! Pika! Pikachu! Pika Pika! Pika Pika! Pika Pika!
Yes, so what this Pikachu is trying to say is that he was out with his trainer on a walk, and they were being chased, and Pikachu was really scared. And so what happened was, they were trying to run away from the bad guys, and the bad guys were closing in on them. And so Pikachu came across this Mewtwo. He saw him before Ash even did. So yeah, Pikachu got in a battle with the Mewtwo, and it was a really fierce battle. But Pikachu ended up winning, and Ash threw a Pokeball at the Mewtwo and caught him.
So it looks like the stories line up perfectly.
Objection. This is hearsay, and there's witness bias here. There's no way that this Pikachu, who loves his owner so dearly, would do anything to deny what his owner's saying. Also, how can we trust this translator? Because none of us can understand what this Pikachu's saying, so how do we know that she's telling the truth? Oh, Well, I went to school for this stuff, so, this is what I studied in college. I have a degree in Pokemon translation.
Pika, Pika, Pika.
Yeah, and Pikachu said I'm telling the truth, so you all should just listen to Pikachu. He's a very reliable Pokemon.
Pika.
Yes, we can trust this translator. She has a degree at the Pokemon University.
That's cool, but where did you get that? I'm a little creeped out. So according to this logic, you're saying that if we brought a cat or a dog into this courtroom, if they were meowing or barking, we could believe a translator?
Well, if you had somebody that came in that spoke a different language, then of course you would have to believe the translator. The translator has no relation to Mr. Ketchum or to his Pokémon, so she has no reason to lie.
Do you have proof of that statement?
This is her birth certificate, so this is where she was born. This is her passport, which shows she's never traveled to any of the regions that Mr. Ketchum has ever traveled to. This is his passport as well, indicating that he's never traveled to where she was born. It's a lot of details, but I have all the evidence right here.
Yeah!
Miss Nijima.
Excuse me? I know I'm not a big part of this case, but I feel like we might have another crime going on here.
This is all part of the process. We have to do our due diligence. I'm sorry.
If you say so, but can I get those back?
You can get them back after the trial's over.
Anyway, this is all irrelevant to my question. These are official documents, but they don't say that these people have never interacted with each other before this case.
Okay, why don't we just ask them? Mr. Ketchum, have you ever met this woman? Girl?
Yeah, I think we got ice cream once. No, I've never met him before. You know that it is a crime to lie in court, right? Yeah, I know that, but I'm telling the truth. You know that people stutter a lot when they lie? What? No, I'm just quirky.
Objection! That is discriminatory against people with disabilities.
Come on, let's be serious here. That's not a real disability. Yeah, it is. I don't have any documents proving it, but it's definitely a disability.
I'm sure there's a doctor in the house that can prove that, but that is besides the point. Judge, make your call.
You can't say that, Miss Nijima.
Okay, I apologize, Your Honor. But still, my point still stands that these people definitely have met each other. Ash Ketchum himself just admitted it. No, I didn't mean that. I was just saying, I like ice cream, and I do like ice cream, that's the truth.
And it was probably just ice cream with someone who looked like this girl, right, Mr. Ketchum?
Yeah, all girls look the same to me anyway. But my friend Brock, he disagrees. He thinks they all look different, but he thinks they all look hot, too. I don't think this is relevant. Anyway, can we just move on? I want to get this over with.
Yes, let me finish my cross-examination. So we have two stories that line up perfectly, and there's no photo evidence that my client broke a law. Other than the fact that he's got this Mewtwo with him now.
You mean in captivity?
I wouldn't say...
I think something else needs to be said at this point. I think that it is pretty ridiculous that it's legal at all to capture any of these animals and making them battle? What kind of world is this?
Pika, 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 Pika!
He said that he likes to defend his owner and that it's fun for him to battle, even though sometimes he gets hurt and has to rush to the emergency room.
Pika.
Rush to the emergency room? What? How is this legal, Your Honor? Okay, I'll let it slide for now, but we do still have a problem here, and that is that this young man, who I'm sure meant no harm, captured this endangered animal. In fact, I think Mewtwo is the only Mewtwo in the entire world.
Objection! It is not the prosecution's turn.
My apologies.
Okay, actually, I have nothing more to say, so my cross-examination is over. You may have the floor, Miss Nijima.
I'm very glad that you got your turn to be able to bring that very helpful information to the case. Thank you very much. Mrs. Smash, is it? So, as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, Mewtwo is the only Mewtwo in the entire universe. How is it that a 10-year-old boy can keep him in captivity? I actually didn't know that he was the only Mewtwo in the world. I just saw him and he looked kind of lonely, so I figured I could help him and make him my family, you know? Like, it was all good intentions, I promise.
Pika, Pika, Pika!
Good intentions or not, there is still a crime that was committed here. You can't say that a man who takes a woman out on a date and buys her dinner has the right to do anything he wants with her afterwards because he had good intentions.
Objection! Never mind, that's a really good point.
Glad we could agree on something finally, Mrs. Smash.
Go on with your cross-examination.
The point stands that we need to address is that there was a crime that was committed here. And I'm not sure what his punishment should be, but there needs to be some sort of punishment.
Objection! There has to be guilt first before we can administer a punishment. My client is not guilty.
I mean, I am feeling kind of guilty about the ice cream statement, not gonna lie. Yes, and we are, for some reason, letting that slide. It seems that no one has a problem, that these two have met before, and no one else can understand this Pikachu except for this woman who is probably biased. Besides that, this young man, while he is, 10 years old, if we don't punish him for this crime, who knows what he's going to go on to do later on in life. He could escalate and do something even worse if he doesn't face some consequences.
Pika, Pika, Pika!
The Pikachu said that he's a 10-year-old kid. Yes, 10 years old or not, though, if we don't properly punish our kids, they grow up to be very rotten adults. And we all know how that goes. At this point in time in the trial, I would like to present the law that was passed. As you can see here in this document, it says that trainers are not allowed to catch any endangered Pokémon, followed by a list of Pokémon, and as you can see here, Mewtwo's name is on the list. This law was passed on December 15th, as you can see here, so that would make the trainer in question, Ash Ketchum, guilty.
You mean to tell me this law was just passed into action a few weeks ago?
Yes?
May I have the stand, Miss Nijima?
Sure, go right ahead.
Okay. Looking at this law, December 15th. Mr. Ketchum, can you tell me when you encountered this Mewtwo?
Well, I know it was definitely on a Taco Tuesday. I never forget a Taco Tuesday. So, it must have been December 14th.
Aha! So, this law wasn't even in effect when you caught this Mewtwo.
Objection. That's hearsay. Like I said, I don't forget Taco Tuesdays. I know for sure it was December 14th, so that was before the law was passed, and I don't know. I'm just not guilty, okay?
Excuse me, may I speak?
Judge, can this woman speak?
Yes, she may speak.
I happen to remember this young man coming into my establishment to have some tacos, right before he was chased off by a couple of, messy-looking adults. But before he ran off, I got a picture with him, and I have it right here.
Oh. So there's photo evidence that you were at the taco place.
Yeah, I was there. But that doesn't mean that he caught the Mewtwo that day.
Oh, yes, but after a while he came back because he forgot to pay, and I noticed that he had another Pokemon on his belt.
So, you're meaning to tell me that you count the number of Pokeballs all of your customers have on their belt?
Oh, you know, they like to battle in the restaurant, so I like to... It's just something you notice.
Well, also, my shirt doesn't fit quite right, so, you can definitely see all the balls on my belt. But how do we know that Pokemon was Mewtwo?
Ah, that's a very good point. I believe, if I've done my research correctly, the Pokeballs themselves register the dates that they caught Pokemon.
That's true. I could check my Pokedex right now.
Judge, can we allow this, please?
It's fine. You may proceed, Mr. Ketchum.
Well, okay, let me go up to Mewtwo's entry. Mewtwo. This Pokémon was first seen on December 14th. Pokémon was caught on December 14th, 2021. See, I told you, I'm not a liar.
Well, well, well. The Pokédex doesn't lie.
That could be faulty programming.
Oh, come on, Ms. Nijima. Is there nothing you trust?
No, when you've lived a life like mine, you learn not to trust.
Okay, then. Wow. Anyway, I think that right there is enough to prove my client is innocent. Congratulations, Mr. Ketchum.
I believe that's up to the jury to decide.
Very true. We'll let them deliberate. Unless you have anything more to say.
Yes, I think I have something else in my notes here. Just give me a quick minute to look through them.
Pika Pika.
Fine. I rest my case. I trust that the jury will do the right thing.
We'll take a short recess while the jury makes their decision.
Oh, this is awesome! Once the jury decides I'm not guilty, I can go play with Goten again!
Oh, you've been playing with Goten? How nice. I'm glad you two are getting along.
Yeah, we're best friends. I take him with me everywhere I go.
You take him with you? Huh. Interesting phrasing.
I mean, I don't know. He hangs out with me all the time. I don't know if he hangs out with you at all, 'cause he's always with me.
I thought I sent him to space camp.
I don't know anything about a space camp, but I do know that he comes with me to battle.
Well, yes, he does love to fight, but you take him to battle? That's kind of weird. What exactly do you mean?
I mean that he fights other Pokémon and he's a really strong fighter.
My son battles Pokémon? That doesn't make any sense. He doesn't usually fight animals. He catches them for dinner.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but my Pokédex said that your son is a Pokémon, and so did Professor Oak.
What? My son is not a Pokémon? So you're saying that you caught him?
Maybe that was the extra Pokéball on my belt.
Are you serious? Let my son go right now.
But I can't just let him go. We're building friendship and trying to become the best friends there ever were.
Yes, but my son also has a life. He has to go to school. And he's supposed to be in space camp.
Well, when school's back in session, we can go to school together.
No, I need my son out of that Pokeball right now. Or I'm calling the jury back in.
But even if I take him out, that doesn't mean that he's getting released. It just means he can come out and say hi before he has to go back in the Pokeball.
But see, that's not a life for a child. There has to be a way to release him completely, and you better figure it out right now. Or I'm taking you back to court.
No, wait, please don't do that. I think you'd be happy to know that his Pokeball is awesome. There's a whole movie theater in it.
I don't care. My son can't be watching movies all the time. He has to study.
Okay, well, I can at least let you talk to him. Goten, I choose you!
Whoa! Where am I? Oh, hi, Mom!
Goten! Where have you been? You're supposed to be in space camp.
Yeah, I know, but, remember when this guy came over to our house? He ended up catching me, and before I left, he let me out of the Pokeball so that I could pack.
Goten, you can't be just living in a ball with a movie theater and going on adventures. You have to study.
But, Mom, I like it in here.
I don't care, Goten. You are my son, and you are gonna grow up to be a fine young man who gets good grades.
Well, he said that he can't release me anyway, right?
Wait, you heard all that?
I tuned in here and there.
Yeah, there's not really a way for me to release him, but I promise I've been taking really good care of him.
Anyway, Mom, I guess there's nothing we can do about it. I'll see you later. Bye!
Wait, Goten! Where are you? Don't go back in there! Ugh! I know there's a way for you to release my son, and I will not rest until I figure it out.
I mean, you can try, but I think it's even harder to release them when they don't want to go.
Trust me, where there's a will, there's a way.
Pika Pika!
Ah, yes, Pikachu, now that I think about it, you never get to go in a Pokeball. You've never been in a Pokeball, have you?
Well, He doesn't like going in Pokeballs. He hates it in there, so I just keep him by my side all the time. But your son, he really loves the Pokeball. I think it's his favorite place that he's ever lived.
Really? He really said that? Wow. He doesn't realize how good he had it with me.
Do you guys have a movie theater in your house?
That's irrelevant.
It seems pretty relevant to me because he loves that movie theater.
Of course he loves it. He doesn't have to study. You know what? I'm gonna call his father in here. Goku!
Hey, Chi-Chi!
Oh, hi, Dad.
Your mom said you need to come out of there. So listen to her, I guess.
But there's a movie theater in there.
Oh, man, really? Can I see? Pretty please, pretty please.
Sure, come with me.
Okay, let's go. Bye, Chi-Chi!
Goku!